despite the massive volatility, we are still so fortunate because there are projects that are coming along available to us where one can 100x, and they do have strong fundamentals, and it just requires a little patience and, yes, of course, faith, because it is a wild ride. I'm excited to share with you what I believe is a very, very strong project. I'm going to show it to you in a moment. I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, for liking, for sharing the video, and especially your comments. I love getting your comments and hearing your point of view. And also let me know, is there a project that you have seen that's come along that you think could 100x that you would like me to cover as well? So just let me know. I am doing this video now because my dear friend from London, Roger Michael, he messaged me and he's holding Doge, Shiba, and VeChain. And he said, is there a project, something, another token to go into that would be under $1 that is worthwhile? And so I started to take a little look. There's many, many different projects, but this one just stood out to me. This piqued my interest, and it just came onto Gate Exchange. If you're not already on Gateio, you can use my referral link in the description of the video, and we both get to share in the rewards together. Now I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm excited about this one. I think this is going to be a very, very strong project because and the reason I say this as well is because I had done a certification with Ivan on Tech Blockchain Academy, who I absolutely love. And one of those certifications that I got is in PolkaDot. And so when I saw this project come up, I thought, ooh, this looks good. This looks very interesting. And it is Paralink, which is trading with US dollar Tether. Now, I have done some videos lately on US dollar Tether where I say, is this stable coin going to survive? What can we expect? Should we be nervous of anything? I think that seeing that since I've done those videos, that Tether are printing more US dollar, and US dollar coin is as well, in anticipation of a number of institutions that do trading via the OTC desks and need to be able to use Tether. So my concerns about, is Tether just suddenly going to get wiped out? Is that trading pair going to disappear? To me, it is looking less and less likely so, as more and more of the projects are becoming reliant within the crypto space. I mean, it would collapse everything, and it would be absolutely terrifying. And so as of right now, I feel that that is a more unlikely scenario to occur. But I always like to look at what's the best possible outcome and the worst, not to focus on too much on the negative or the positive, but just to be able to do due diligence. If I've done all my research and I know I've done my best, that's all that really matters. And with this and what I share with you now, please, just for clarity, this is not investment advice. So let us first of all, before we get into the technical analysis, and if you were to go ahead and decide to go into Para, then I will share what I think is some price predictions, potential entry point and exit point for if you were to swing trade as well. For me personally, I am more focused. I like the idea of hodling and riding this up. I feel that despite that Bitcoin right now is trying to get past that 40,000 mark, I am hopeful. I feel, along with a number of other people here who are within the space, that July, moving later on to June, July, that we should start to see things really move upwards. We should be able to break through all this resistance that we've been experiencing in the market at large. So let's just start off here over on Paralink, and we can see here. So this is just hit Gateio exchange. It has only been available on Uniswap and on PancakeSwap. The trading volume, let me just scroll down to that just to show you quickly. I think it was, here we go. 24-hour volume on Uniswap was 1.2 million, which is pretty healthy, and on PancakeSwap just over 4 million. And you can't even, it's hot onto Gateio. So if you are newer to trading and you are nervous about using a decentralized exchange because it's just, you're not used to setting up a MetaMask wallet, although there is a number of good videos online that show one how to go and do that. But just you have to have a certain level of comfort to do it. Also, the gas fees are higher on Uniswap, even though it is the most popular decentralized exchange. And on PancakeSwap, the fees are a fraction of the price. And I personally just choose to use centralized exchanges. That's what I'm comfortable with at this point. You have to do what feels right for you. So yeah, it's newly onto Gate, and that doesn't show up here yet on CoinGecko. The 24-hour low so far was 77 cents, and or just over 7.5 cents, and the high was 14 cents. The 7-day low here, it says 13.5, and the 7-day high just over 15.5. And let us see here. You see, these numbers aren't entirely correct in terms of, it says 24 hours on the exchange, and I think with this trading volume it came onto, maybe someone can let me know in the comments of when did this go onto, because I think it's probably been out a little bit longer on Uniswap and PancakeSwap. That's normally what happens, is certain novel projects will go onto those decentralized exchanges before making their way over to centralized exchanges, and Gate definitely does go and support more nascent projects. So I want to hop over here to Paralync network so we can just go a little bit into that before we get into the technical analysis. And so Paralync is a multi-chain Oracle platform for decentralized applications, and it's powered by PolkaDot. So this is exciting because it's on the PolkaDot on that PolkaDot ecosystem, that blockchain, and everything. What I'm looking at right now, when I look at the prices, I see that PolkaDot is on a massive discount. It's a 50% discount. What else? Kusama, which is a more where the startup projects, which is sort of like it is known as the wild cousin is how it is referred to, the wild cousin of PolkaDot, which is a high price. I think PolkaDot right now, let's just quickly check these prices because these go very much hand in hand. And, so if one's looking at something under $1, that's why I think Paralink could be good, because PolkaDot right now is number 8, and we can see that 24-hour low high, $24, 24-hour high, $20 for the low, but you can see the all-time, all-time high was almost $50. That's what I'm saying, it's on massive discount right now, 53% discount. And then if we look at the same, that if you want to go into projects with very strong fundamentals, this is where I think that, in addition, of course, Cardano is one of them that is above $1. But when we're looking at the PolkaDot ecosystem, that's where you've got PolkaDot, PolkaStarter, Kusama, and we can see Kusama right now, you could say, wow, it's a whopping $317 per token. The 24-hour high there, we had $358, and the low was $300. But you will see that if you look at the all-time high was $621 9 days ago, after having just, it's on 50% discount right now. And what I imagine, and this is just what I am thinking here, and we don't know what's going to happen, but I think by the time we hit July, August, we will not only go to this all-time high here on PolkaDot, on Kusama, where there will be a 50% gain, but I believe that we will then break through and start riding to a new all-time high beyond that. So obviously these are projects that are priced more than $1 per token, but what I've found in my experience is where I've tried to sometimes get tokens where you have millions of them or billions of them, actually for me, where I felt the safest and had the strongest gains is with Ethereum. I only have 12 Ethereum. I'm very happy to have 12 Ethereum, and I'm finding that there have been strong, healthy gains for me there. So let me just come back over here to Paralink network. And so that just to give you a frame of reference, right? So PolkaDot, Kusama, and then you will find that Paralink works in conjunction with it. And we can see here that these are some of, I guess, the VCs that have invested in them, that specialize in crypto, from Moonwhale. We've got Moonwhale, Morningstar. And these are huge VC firms. So this gives a lot of confidence here in, well, when I look at this from a research perspective, this amount of VCs would not be going in if there weren't strong fundamentals to this. So the problem statement here, why Paralink? Blockchain applications today are severely limited by the range of use cases they can serve. You can only access the state via public interfaces on the same chain. So this is where Paralink, is my understanding, it's side chains that get created. And if you're looking at, say, for example, Chainlink right now, which is another project which is on a huge discount, which I think is around $25 mark, this would be Paralink specifically focuses on the PolkaDot ecosystem. But when you see the price of what Paralink is right now at just under 8 cents, and you think how Chainlink is $25, and I think it had a high of around $40, can one 100x? I mean, you could 100x and then some. So that's just, again, that is just my thinking with that. You let me know in the comments if you think that is outlandish and unrealistic, or perhaps if I'm being conservative, that this could have 1000x at some point. So without access to real-world data, blockchains cannot be used for prediction markets, insurance, litigation, governance, and any other coordination problem. And it's relying on social institutions and corporations. It ends up being centralized. This is known as an oracle problem. So let's take a look. So we have a Paralink nodes. Sourcing the data is done by Paralink nodes through Paralink query language, PQL, and allows one to query SQL databases, access web API, so that is application programming interfaces, where you're making that connection between two types of platforms, where you are creating an interoperability, scrape websites, as well as an access state and as access state from other blockchains. Additional robustness is achieved with PQL validation, aggregation, and interpopulation rules for merging information from different sources. So that's where you get this integration. Let's just take a look here and go. So this creates security as well. Some data sources require more security than others. Such examples include real-time price feeds to be used in decentralized derivative and money markets, where any corruption in the price feeds can result in large financial losses. For this use case, a reputable quorum of relayers with on-chain coordination, validation, and aggregation mechanisms is required. Performing such consensus algorithm at high frequency is prohibitively expensive on Ethereum due to low throughput and high gas costs. For this reason, Paralink on-chain consensus algorithm is being built using PolkaDot and its substrate stack. And so again, PolkaDot, I'm trying to remember what the exact the finality is. The speed, it's super. I think it's 7 seconds finality, whereas on Ethereum blockchain it's around. I think it's around 7 minutes for the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine. So you just see everything's working so much faster. So I mean, is this a competitor to Chainlink? I think it's a yes and rather than an either or. There's going to be space for all of this. And I believe that PolkaDot will be a powerhouse ecosystem in the future. And this is why I believe this is it's very valuable. This is going to be a very valuable token that in terms of 2-3 years from now, I think that 7 cents, that would be like long in the dust. It's not even going to be, I would be surprised it would even be under $30 at that point. And I know one has to take into consideration the market cap at large, the circulating supply there. But at that point, 2-3 years from now, where our entire crypto market is around 3 trillion, I think it is, will we not at that point be heading towards even hundreds of trillions? We should be moving towards a quadrillion-dollar marketplace. Why not, if in insurance industry or other large sectors that is already the case? True randomness. Blockchains are purely deterministic state machines by necessity of a block-level consensus algorithm. This means that a native implementation of randomness to be used for luck-based games is not possible. For this reason, Paralink provides a cryptographically signed hardware-based entropy ingress. Public entropy samples be provided on a daily basis for statistical analysis. So my basic understanding is that this would work in a similar way to how when Bitcoin miners would be solving a nonce, that it goes through that same cryptographic process that has been used in Bitcoin. Similar to that. Use cases here: derivatives and money markets for real-time asset pricing, which I think is very valuable for any type of, and I haven't looked yet. I'm going to take a look at, so for example, with derivatives and money market type projects, you've got SNX, which is a very, very strong project, which is also a massive discount right now. And that is built upon Ethereum, is my understanding. But then you have, for example, Persistence 1, XPRT, which I've done some videos on, which is a fantastic project, which is built upon Polygon, and Polygon is built on Ethereum and Cosmos. So here, I haven't looked yet to see what derivatives and money market projects are being built within the PolkaDot ecosystem. And I will research that and bring that to you in another video. And then we've got prediction markets and insurance, gambling, and non-deterministic apps. So you see that there are multiple uses here. Why choose Paralink? Well, they say it offers a multi-chain Oracle platform and other blockchain applications. Paralink node supports Ethereum and Plasma, with more networks coming soon. So the question would be to look out for, are they going to integrate them have an interoperability bridge, say with Cardano, when Cardano does their hard fork, the Alonso hard fork? Will it also work, for example, with the Harmony bridge as well? Those are things that I would be interested to know and see. I guess more will be revealed with that. Applications that require the highest degree of security can use Paralink on-chain consensus algorithm running on PolkaDot substrate. Accessing real-world data is easy with Paralink query language and a community-maintained registry of PQL queries. Paralink entropy as a service provided high-quality hardware-based randomness. So meaning it ends up being my understanding would be a trustless network. For those of you who are new to crypto, trustless means you can totally trust it and that you cannot mess with the data. Someone could not go in and corrupt whatever information is added onto the blockchain. So you can see here their roadmap, competitor analysis, initial prototyping we had, grow the core team, finalized protocol draft, private sale, published light paper, open source the Paralink node and runtime, launched developer testnet they did, Paralink oracles for EVM, that is the Ethereum virtual machine, and WASM. Oh my gosh, it's going out of my head. What is it again? WASM. I've just totally forgotten. I should know this off by heart from studying my blockchain. I'm having a total mental block here. Let me check. And then I'm gonna be like, I knew it was that. WASM. Hang on. The WebAssembly. That's it. WebAssembly is a binary instruction format for a stack-based virtual machine. WASM is designed as a portable compilation target. And it goes into more of that. So for WebAssembly there. And then TGE, ERC20 token on Ethereum, and BSC, Binance Smart Chain. So we're looking at exchange integrations, right, for scalability and interoperability. And then what we have coming up next is integrate with PolkaDot, smart chain platforms, and partner network lock drops. So will they be getting ready then for staking, I would imagine, as well? Relay a quorum, launch a parachain on Rococo testnet, parastake. Oh, there we go. There it is. So lock drops to be able to then, that next step is staking and rewards. Then they will add onto Kusama that we just looked at there, and a lot of very exciting new projects that, Kusama is more of a sort of like a launch pad. It is easier to set up a project on Kusama than it is to have it verified on PolkaDot. A lot more energy, effort, moving through certain levels of compliance are required to build something on PolkaDot. Kusama deployed Paralink as parachain on Kusama network. And then in fourth quarter, reliability monitoring, data stream reliability explorer, and Quorum's reputation tracking. And then to be decided, deploy Paralink as parachain on PolkaDot and PolkaDot Ethereum interoperability. So that's what's coming. So a lot of ambitious milestones. I have looked at the PolkaDot system, all the different projects, the governance there. Maybe I'll do something in another video on that. But there are I see that all the things that they're addressing are very positive and strong, and they have lofty goals, but I believe very, very achievable. And I think that if you look at the opportunity that Paralink is not something to just go in for the short run to make quick gains. I would say this is a token to put into your portfolio, not investment advice, and to hold for at least a year. That is what I would personally be doing. Let's hop over here to Paralink and just look at what's happened with how it's hit the exchange, how it's performed out the gate. Remember that we went through a hellish week in crypto. So you can see here, it came on at just over a cent, it looks like, or maybe it came on higher and it sort of dipped down. I'm not sure what happened with that on the hourly. Then we had a candle wick, and we're downward trending right now because this happened because the bots, you have all these bots. Whenever a new token comes out, the price pumps, and then the bots very quickly dump because they are using automated technology where you can't compete against a bot. And what I am noticing from my personal experience with trading is that when something does come into the exchange, if you're looking to hodl, one could do it in two ways. One, just go in and do sort of that dollar cost averaging of just buy some a few hours after it's come onto the exchange. Look for where is that dip. Don't buy it when it comes on immediately in that first hour, 2-3 hours out the gate. You can see here, right, in the first hours, and it's probably going to still trend because we have these candle wicks. It's still going to trend downwards. But if one wants to be or can be patient, it's a good idea to maybe wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and get to understand how the token moves, because all these tokens, they have their own, like they move in a certain way. I've noticed, for example, Graph GRT moves, say, very differently from how Shiba moves or how Ethereum moves, or you can notice Bitcoin moves differently from Ethereum. So although lately I've seen a lot of tokens moving in a similar way, they seem to be mirroring each other a lot. But let's just take a look here of what would one do, say, for example, for an entry point. So what I want to just actually start off and do, let's just put a support line in here. Let's just go with that to look at an entry point here. And I wouldn't swing trade any of this right now. There's hardly any volume there. Look, there's hardly any volume at all. So to be able to swing trade this or to day trade it would not make sense at all. And again, with a project with strong fundamentals, I personally think it's just easier less stressful to just be able to get in there and just be, just be happy. Like, okay, I've got this token. I'm just going to enjoy the ride. All right, so let's take a look. So we've got a support line here of 0.07877 cents. That's right there. And let's just look at the resistance. We'll add in that line of resistance, and we'll go with our red here. Let's take a look. I'll put this as a main line of like that top line of resistance. Let's make that super thick because that's the bigger resistance to get past. So it did pop up to 12 cents here on the exchange. Let's then go with a trend line, and we'll go with yellow for that. And let's make it this thick. So we'll go from the top here, and we will see if I were to go to here on this, you can see it's sort of breaking out here, but I'm going to just drag it all the way to here. And then from there, you can see every time it has broken out slightly outside of this, this downward trend within this downward triangle, that you've only got candle wicks, which means it's there just isn't the volume there. There isn't the support there yet. Now on the moving average here, let me just look at this format. All right, what's this color? Where am I at I'm on the 20 there. I am on red. It just hardly shows. I think it's just not going to show yet. So you can see here, again, it hasn't been out enough time, but on that moving average here, and why do we not have a color with this? Let me see. It's just not showing up yet. So it is coming below that moving average. But again, I think this is because of the market at large. So the positive thing with this, the other thing I want to say is 24-hour volume of 2.5 million, which is decent. And I just think it's something that it's a newer project. It's that next leg, that next phase of solving problems in terms of within the ecosystems. So, would have to be patient with it. Would have to be patient. Now, if we just take let me just take a line here to see, well, what would happen next for how much lower could it go? I'm going to do let me see if I can do a vertical line here. Let me go with a thicker vertical line. Let's go with this blue. And let's just go from this bottom here. Oh, nope. Hang on. I want to make this shorter. Hang on. Can I make this shorter? No, let me not do that tool. Let me see if I can get a shorter. How do I do this? Hang on a sec. If we can go, I want this vertical line, but I want it to, if I can just go from here, it just won't let me do this. I need to pick a different tool with it. Hang on a second. And I'll have to go, and next time I'll figure this out. Let's go, maybe if we go price range from here to here. So what is that difference? That is about 2 cents more at the top there. So 7765. I suppose it's probably going to downtrend more in these hours ahead. So I would say, I suppose you could put a limit order in, and if you're prepared to wait for a few days, put a limit order in for maybe about around 4.5, a limit order for 4.5, because I will just be surprised if it just consolidates here between the space. It may do, but it is likely to go down more because the volume is so low. And then I think probably it would bounce around 4.5 and start moving up to then go through some consolidation between 0.078 and 12. But what could we expect, say, 2-3 months from now? If we are looking at a prediction on that of what is possible, I mean, I think that as the markets come back at large, that let's say by July, I mean, why could it not be at around 25 cents? I mean, I do think that that is possible because of its specific use and because I'm looking at it within the same realm of, I can't compare it to, it's different from say a Harmony One or a VeChain. I'm looking at it alongside say a Chainlink. So there are my thoughts there on that. You let me know in the comments, what would your price prediction be for Paralync? Is this a project that you think has strong legs, or do you think something else? So let's have a chat around that. And I look forward to hearing what you think and whether it's of interest to you. And I'm Joanna Garzilli, sending you lots of love and look forward to connecting with you next time.